The worldwide download celebration is coming up within the next 2 weeks, and I now want to take a look at each download celebration before it so we can all have a better idea of which one has been the best and which one has been the worst up until this point. Now, I was taking a look and seeing what kind of download celebrations this game has had, and in the midst of looking at that, I have seen that we used to celebrate much smaller milestones within terms of how this game works, right? Like you guys can see here, we have 130 million downloads, and then the next intervals are like kind of by intervals of 20. So whenever we reached 130 million download celebration, or 130 million global downloads, this is the first one that I have on the list. So you can see here we have Omega Shenron. I believe this Omega Shenron, so like let's go ahead and look at the banner that while we are here, right? This one, I want to make sure that I have this right. Yeah, STR Omega came out with this banner. And then we had a lot of GT stuff, so, you know, the GT celebration is cool and stuff like that, but when you see this banner, there's nothing too crazy that jumps out to you, right? Like when you look at this campaign, we see some Dokkan events, a new Dokkan event, returning Dokkan events, and this is when Dokkan events, if I'm not mistaken, you have to bear with me here, this was the, you know, very early on into the game, and I was not a part of the community at this time. But it just looks to me, just from looking at this, there's missions, there's sales, there's banners. We have Dokkan events, a story event, and then some other stuff, right? Like nothing too crazy in here. And also a world tournament, so that must have been a movie. We have a Dragon Carnival, Resurrection F. Maybe, now that I look at this, you know what? I'm gonna make an audible. No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, so 130 mil would be the worst one in my opinion. So this one looks like it has a decent bit as I'm scrolling through it, but the problem is like a Dragon Carnival isn't exactly what you're looking for. A world tournament kind of just makes an L because they postponed it, so it went back 2 weeks. Kind of went to the end and stuff like that. So 130 million is the worst. I'd say Omega Shenron and GT Kid Goku aren't exactly your headliners for a download celebration, right? You need a bigger hitter, and we will see that coming up. Coming in at our second to last spot, we have 160 million download celebration. And this one is pretty hype because we have Tech Merge Zamasu, and then we also have the STR Goku, and then I believe, which Vegeta is this? Is this the Tech one? Oh no, that's just the logo. I'm tripping. Yeah, no, this banner is Sword of Hope and then Merge Zamasu. That's right. So we have Merge Zamasu, we have the Dokkan event for Vegito Blue, we have the Battle of Gods store, you know, Baba Shop and all that fun stuff, some different potential orbs events, Turtle School training, you know, really kind of the same idea, just no Rising Dragon Carnival here. But at least when we're looking at this, this is not like the craziest thing in the world. And if you did play during that time and you think the 130 million download celebration was better, knock yourself out, right? I think Sword of Hope and Merge Zamasu, this was going on during the Super anime, so it is really kind of cool to see stuff like this, because when you have the Super anime like this, you know, we have these units coming out at the same time, and we won't be talking about him in this specific video, but when UI Goku dropped over on the anime, he was in Dokkan like that night, so it was pretty cool, right? So there you go. There's not really too much to talk about here, but 10 potential orbs right there. Success rate in training, maybe that was a big deal back then. The Blazing Blue Fusion fight against Vegito Blue was live for a couple weeks, and this was a quick one, right? Like, this just went from May to the end of June, right? Like, this was a quick celebration. Like, look at this, only May 24th to June 13th, when now the download celebrations go from, like, the end of August to, like, the middle of October, basically. So, the game has changed quite a bit since then, but moving on to our next spot, we have the 170 million download celebration. So, just kind of moving up, let me make sure. Yeah, you know what? No, we're gonna audible. 170 would go below 160. Just looking at this, I mean, Dokkan events open every day. Super Strike events being put half. Baba Shop stuff. Quest XP is doubled. Is pretty big. You get a Gohan from the story event, the Hercule stuff, and then exclusive character summons. And then for the banner, there isn't even a banner on this one. No, I'm making it audible. This one would be this would be last. This was like not a big deal. This one was literally just like the downloads were coming in so fast, I guess, that they just had to throw another campaign in. So moving on, yeah, that one is definitely the worst. 150 million downloads. This one's big. This is a big one for sure, because here you guys can see we have the 150 million global download celebration. And the headlining character on this bad boy is Vegito Blue. Now, this guy had already been out at this point, but this is like, when you just look at like in terms of like the banners we've been looking at, this one is kind of like the big boy, right? Just like based on what we've been looking at so far. We have Vegito, who, if I look at this banner again, forgive me for not being completely into the Dokkan, you know, lore at the time, if you will, but it looks to me that AGL Vegito would have to be the best unit on this banner, because I know that STR Gogeta kind of did like a hard reset for the game when the anniversary came out, how much better he was than everybody else, and then I believe Vegito had a similar effect. So Vegito being at this spot would be ideal to me. Or this banner alone kind of giving players an opportunity to summon for everything, akin to what we have like with Tanabata these days. And really what separates this one from all the ones that came before it is the fact that this one has multiple parts. So this one actually has like a legit thing. So it's like we have the login bonus for the first month, we have the banner, we have a Dokkan event marathon, a Dokkan event marathon. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Oh, of course not. Can I not like take a look at that in specific? I just know that so Dokkan, it's like a boss rush, right? Stamina required for Dokkan events is in half, so that was kind of the inspiration for what we have these days, with 25 stamina for Dokkan events, because if you guys don't know, Dokkan events back in the day were 50 stamina. We have the Dragon Ball GT Baby Saga stuff, the Go Forth Hero of Justice story returning, triple XP from Quest, so that's a big deal. Success rates doubled, some other stuff, the regular Big Bucks Hercule Challenge and all that cool stuff. And then this one is, like I said, unique because we have a part 2. So now, very similar stuff, but now we have a dual Dokkan festival of Vegito Blue and Rose Goku Black. If we take a look at this one, what's kind of unique about these banners is something that we really don't see these days, is these ones were, I believe, the only things you could pull on these were super class units. So there was literally nothing but super class units that you could pull on this banner, and Vegito was also thrown on this one. So what you would want to do is summon for Vegito Blue and try to get Vegito at the same time. So certainly this is like the banner to look at, right? That's weird. Like, hold on, yeah. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Do you guys see that? Like the text goes above and below. Okay, anyway. This one also had discounts, so buy 3, get 1 free. We had Vegito, physical Vegito Blue, an insane unit at the time, you know, with his counters, his additionals. We have AGL Vegito on this banner, Gogeta, Kaioken Blue Goku, there's a new Trunks, a new Mai. Not their EZAs don't matter at this point, and Mai doesn't even have one yet. But when we look at this one, we also have AGL Rose Goku Black. We have physical Goku Black on this one, and especially with the anime going on at the time, this would have been super hype. So this part 2 was a big boy here. This was a big one. And then we have Vegito Blue's Dokkan event, Rose Goku Black's Dokkan event. We have, again, triple XP, basically, so very cool stuff. We had 3 big banners that you could definitely get away with summoning on at the time. So now we go into the most controversial download celebration, and that is the one with Gogeta Blue, or not Gogeta Blue, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now we have all of this fun stuff. We have the worldwide campaign, the login events. Who will be Mr. Right? The Japanese version versus the international version. If you look on the left, there's your answer. But, we have special missions, your sales, the Baby Saga stuff, the special summon, which obviously I would have probably told you at that time to skip this because we have the big boys coming. Now, we don't even really need to open the banners to kind of tell you where the controversy comes from, right? If you're a global player, I am sure you know about this, but we have Omega, we have Gogeta 4. And with Gogeta 4 and Omega, on the Japanese version, they had categories. So with the categories, this was their leader skill. So they had, you know, the fusion leader skill, and then I believe it was the Shadow Dragon leader skill, right? And with that, on global, they did not have this yet. So when these guys came out, and bear in mind, I'm 90% sure this was at the same time as JP. I could be wrong on that. Actually, let me pull that up. Let me just make sure that I'm not spreading misinformation online. But like the thing is like this guy released on JP with the leader skill, right? Yeah, they did come out at the same time. I was right. Okay, I just want to make sure. On global, their leader skill was not fusion category stats. It was to be released. So these guys were coming out literally worse than they were on JP because the whole allure to them with their categories, aside from just being cool characters, they literally did not have one of the selling points of the unit, and that is that you could get these certain buffs from the leader skill. So that instantly brings in some kind of controversy, right? But with that being said, we have the Legendary Challenge campaign, we have have Dokkan events, new stuff, tripled and stuff like that. And then there was also a countdown campaign for this one. Maybe if I'm looking at this, and there's also just like, so the worldwide campaign, this is like some other stuff in here. We had this free to play Goku that not many people have these days. There was a countdown to this campaign with login bonuses. The Pilaf's Trove is now open on global, so that's kind of a big deal. Like, that is still relevant to this day. And then other stuff like that. And then Dragonstones on global, this did give out about 400, so you guys can see just how far this has came. So really, I think what I'm gonna do is put this one below 150 million, just based on that. But now that we've moved on from that, we're gonna go to the 250 million download celebration campaign. And then this one has, let's see. I just wanna make sure that I got everything in the right spot, right? So for part one of this one I don't believe was as exciting as the 200 million. Let me just make sure. We got boom, we got tickets, yes. Yeah, here we go. So then there's this banner right here where you had the year 1 and the year 2 units. We had these ones right here with the red stones. We had grand size support pack, top grossing, and then we had Goku and Frieza. That's right. Yes, no, this one is right because we had a summonable LR that came with it at the same time too. So we had the transforming Goku, the transforming Frieza, really good base leader skills of being super class and extreme class leaders. So that's like really good for newer players. It's really good for older players just because we have stuff like that. We have Launch's Treasure Hunt, which has not returned that many times really. EZA's reopen. We have Piccolo's EZA, a Ginyu Force story event, a lot of good stuff there. And then we have part 2, and that is the LR right here. So we have LR Goku and Frieza, a raid against Jiren. We have missions, the Goku or the Trunks, Marin, and Goten event. We've got the legendary summon for Goku and Frieza, a boss rush stage, a Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power story event, Universe 6 story events, just a lot of cool stuff, and then a summonable LR who is still one of the cooler LRs in the game to this day. Just the animations have aged out a little bit. And then we also have this thing called the Supreme Challenge where we get stuff like Dragonstones, EZA raid, stuff like that. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on here that made this really cool. And there being a summonable LR was pretty dope as well, with a countdown celebration and Facebook rewards as well. Family Kamehameha stuff, just a lot of things going on. A world tournament, XP from quests being quadrupled, and we have now officially reached the point where I am able to speak from the terms of experience, and that is going in. Initially, I have the Majin Buu 2020 worldwide download celebration campaign. Now, Super Vegito, super hype unit, the best unit in the game. Buu tanks being right next to him when he goes into Buhan. The big problem for this one with me is, like, yes, the characters were very, very exciting, and the celebration itself was good. We have boss rush, we have memorial stones, Launch's Treasure Hunt came back, we got a special battlefield. But let's see, what did this introduce, right? Other than just bringing Super Vegito being a Chad. Like, the whole premise of this celebration is Super Vegito is good. I hope you get him, right? It's not introducing like a new event, really fun stuff, like new content for people to play. The memorial stones were dope. Let's not get that twisted, right? Like being able to maybe choose a unit that you don't have with the stones, being able to summon on the banner with the tickets, choosing that and stuff like that. That's really good. The purple stone packs, really good stuff. The meat event, a new boss rush, stuff like that, all good things. But the issue, like I said, for me, is that it did not bring forth like a new event for something to be really like excited about, right? So part 2, it's kind of a similar thing where we have some events and then we have the Angel Vegeta EZA area for stuff like that, but then it's just like new stages for returning events. ESBR, Infinite Dragon Ball History, regular missions, a Spirit Bomb campaign, and then a bunch of images down here for like loading screens and whatnot. But we just don't have anything here that really stands out to me that makes something super cool, right? Like we have the campaign, social media stuff, aka like and retweet, reply to their stuff. A live stream, always cool. I love when they do live streams. The Dokkan now is really good. The stones were considerably better, 900 on global, so that's pretty good. And then how many on JP? 835 on JP. Yeah, so it's just, for me, this is a super, super hype celebration, but I don't think I can, in good faith, put it over the next 3 on the list. So should be pretty predictable what the next 3 are, but let's go ahead and move on to the number 3 spot. So coming in at number 3, I have the Cell Games Saga Celebration, Gohan versus Cell. You guys already know how that goes. You guys can see here when we're scrolling through, you can look at the events. The Dual Dokkan Fest, we have AGL Gohan, who was just absolutely bonkers at the time. We had Cell, who was like Super Battle Road god. Specifically, there was a video that came out of him beating Super Battle Road. I believe it was Dokkan World. Had literally just a Cell, a leader friend Cell, and he beat Super Battle Road with that and 5 other Cybermen. Like, that's how good Cell was in that mode. You know, you had Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell is a theme you cannot go wrong with. Considering that it could potentially be that for this upcoming Worldwide Download Celebration, just goes to show you how much that works, right? But we have the purple stones, the red stones, free-to-play events with the Vegeta and Trunks and the Goku Gohan unit. We have the key event here, and this was like an Elder Kai reward, a new stage of Super Battle Road, boss rush, tickets, a special battlefield, and then I believe during part 2, this is why I have this one over the Vegito celebration. And that is the fact that this one introduced a new event, and that would be Infinite Dragon Ball History. So extremely challenging event is on. We had the top legendary summon for part 2, but to me, the thing is with this one is it's IDBH. That's what puts it over for me. We had Cell Bingo, we had World Tournament, the Adventure of Gratitude event, but like I said, so the thing with this one to me is that it brought forth a really good theme, and Infinite Dragon Ball History brought in a new type of content. There was a long event in the game that was not the the Goku event, right? And it wasn't just returning events, right? It wasn't just a new stage of Super Battle Road and then a new stage of another event that had already come out, right? This is a completely brand new event, and to me, that's really what pushes it over the edge. So that's why I have this one above this. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the number 2 spot. Coming in at number 2, I have the Namek Celebration, Goku versus Frieza. A long overdue theme in terms of a celebration. You guys can see here we have the Goku and Frieza banners. Don't really need to take a look at the banners. You guys know Goku and Frieza, just really hype stuff. We have the Memorial Stone celebration stuff where you can go and buy like copies of Tech Gohan. That's what I did with my Memorial Stones. I just went in Rainbow Tech Gohan. I didn't bother with the tickets. We got the Red Stone. We got all that fun stuff. We have the new events where we have a Goku and then a Dodoria and Zarbon, a meet event, the EZA area, boss rush, story events returning. Look at all these story events returning, and everything is coming back. We have the EZA for the Tech First Form Frieza, and then later on the AGL for Super Saiyan Goku. And then the new event that came out with this was the Collection of Epic Battles, something we thought would be updated a little bit more than it has been, but nonetheless we do have the Frieza portion and the Cell portion of that now. A really cool concept for an event, a special edition of Battlefield with being Namek Saga, Peton Battle. Who can't be excited for Peton Battle, right? So, like I said, this introduced a new event, that being the Collection of Epic Battles. So, by default, combined with how good the celebration is overall, and it being 3 parts, makes it so that way we have, with the new event, it makes it the better than, in my opinion, than the Cell Saga one. So, looking at part 2, when it comes to the LRs, we had the Exchange Vegeta Goku, and then Gohan and Krillin. We had more story opening events and stuff like that. The Bulma event every day. This was really good for the amount of stones you could get every day. We had the Breaking the Siege event. This was like kind of like another unique event where you were really looking to do AoEs. If you guys remember Reverse Dokkan awakening your Broly to do this, so that way he didn't transform and lose his AoE. You were a real one. You remember that. We had the Guru event, which we still see come back to this day with Link leveling and stuff like that, with Links being so important. We had the EZA for Super Saiyan Goku, another stage of Collection of Epic Battles, and then on JP we got that little weekend bonus thing for stones where you get like 9 a day, which is really cool just because like it's only for 3 days though. It's not like an everyday thing, but kind of helps you bolster up your stone count doing daily missions, so that's always nice. We have part 3. So part 3 I'm pretty sure was just like a quick one. Nothing too crazy here. We had a co-op campaign, EZA areas, and then the EZA for LR Bardock, as well as a chain battle. So kind of like not lackluster, but just like a quick wrap up. We had the campaign, the countdown campaign. You guys can see with like the memorial ticket summons and all that fun stuff. Nothing too crazy here. But everything kind of normal, right? Global had a producer letter. There was a Dokkan now. There was link levels, or not link levels. There was loading screens, and there you go, right? So I believe we had a teaser with like a picture of the spaceship, and then we knew it was Namek at that time. So the 350 million download celebration, the Namek Saga theme. If we want to look at the stones real quick, Global got a total of 1,100, and JP probably got right around the same. JP got 1,123, so JP did end up winning this one by only 23 stones. Not a big deal, a couple singles. So that only leaves one more, and that is Kura, Frieza no brother. Super Saiyan Goku, cooler, the best worldwide celebration in my opinion, just for a plethora of reasons. That being, we had a new banner format with the dual Dokkan festivals across 2 parts, and then the dual carnivals across 2 parts. So Dokkan Festival Carnival, really cool stuff. Kind of an excuse to introduce a new coin, which sucks, but a unique format for banners I thought was kind of cool. Goku and Cooler were just absolutely insane. We had worldwide co-op campaigns, the memorial tickets, and then we also had the special summons, which guaranteed us an LR. So that is always good. Guaranteed LRs are always good, right? The memorial stones are still in here. And then we had the EZAs in the celebration were crazy. We had link level stuff, category events, a new red zone, missions for the old red zones, boss rush, a new high difficulty event being the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline, a virtual Ultimate Clash, aka a battlefield, an EZA for Namek Goku, an EZA for LR Full Power Frieza, boost, returning character to the cooler EZA, hidden potential events and all stuff like that. This is like a crazy good part 1, right? Like the new red zone and missions for the old red zone is really, really good, right? Like that is insane for a celebration. And then not to add, we also have 2 LRs coming to the game, a new banner unit, and then we also have another, just like 2 more parts after this, where we have more event stages added to the fighting spirit of this. We have the new dual Dokkan, the new Dokkan Fest LR, the new Carnival LR, you know, the events for this, more worldwide campaign missions, more tickets to make sure that you get your LR, AGL metal coolers, EZA. We have an AoE event coming in the form of killing those metal coolers. We have the Cyclopean Guard event. I don't remember exactly what you had to do on this one. Let's see. Yeah, so it was like you just had to break through this, right? So it was like it was just like AoEs, right? No. It was like, it was something to do with type advantage. You were given a, oh right, you had to beat it in all 5 in a certain number of charges. That's right. And we had the story event. We had more stages to this red zone, more missions from this, guaranteed ticket summons where you could potentially pull LRs. Returning story events, EZA area, new stages to the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans event, a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, just all kinds of crazy stuff going on with this one, right? Then even in part 3, like we still have a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we're rounding it up. Dragon Ball story event, the last stages to the Red Zone, and the Fighting Spirit event. We have SDR Coolers EZA, who is the best TUR EZA in the game. Ticket summons on the Ultimate Wicked Bloodline one. Chain battle and all that fun stuff. But I just think like when you break down all the new stuff that this celebration brought, this is far and away the best one. So those are my rankings for the worldwide download celebrations coming up to the 2023 one. Just to quickly recap the list, we have 170 million at number, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 coming in at number 10. We have 170 million coming in at number 9. We have the 130 million celebration coming in at number 8. We have the 160 million celebration coming in at number 7. We have the 200 million celebration coming in at number 6. 155. What is this one? We have the 250 million download celebration. This is the Goku Frieza one. We have this the Buu Saga one coming in at number 4. At number 3, I have the Cell Games Gohan versus Cell campaign. Coming in at number 2, I have the Namek 350 million download celebration, and then at number 1, I have the Cooler worldwide celebration. So hopefully the alleged future Saga Cell Games, whatever one coming in, will be better than this one. I'm sure it will be. They have clearly upped the ante every year, basically. So let me know what you think of my rankings down below. Would you disagree with any? Would you agree with any? What do you think of the list? And if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content, and I look forward to seeing you for the content that I do for Worldwide. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one.